So today we're going to talk a little bit more about E and the log of E. So first of all, let's look at the function. F of x equals E to the x. And we're going to talk about the inverse. So we talked about inverses of functions before. Okay, is the natural log of x. So basically log base E of x is the inverse of e to the x. There's a way that we write that though. It's Ln x. So so this is just something you're going to have to memorize when we deal with e to the x. The log version of that is Ln x. You will not see log ex. So the two logs that are most common are log base 10, which is just log x, and Ln x, which is the natural log. That's just the name of it. It's called the natural log, which is the log base e of x. So what are some things that we can do with this, with the natural log of x? So first of all, let's talk about some rules that we already know about basic logs. Okay. So if I take the natural log of e, this is the same thing as saying log 10, right? I know that's going to be 1. And if I take the natural log of e squared, that will be 2. Just like when we have the log base 10. So these are just logs that are very common that we use this for. Natural logs will do a lot of work with this. So let's talk about some of the stuff that will be on your homework for this. This should be a pretty easy assignment. Okay, so first of all, it's going to give you numbers. And they're going to say, write this number using e. So if we want to write this number using e, we're going to say, since we know that e to the ln of x equals x, okay, again, this is just a rule. The e's and the ln's cancel out. It's the same thing as ln of e to the x. It's the same thing. So we're going to go this way, e to the ln of x equals e. So if we have 50, it's going to be e to the ln of 50. Okay. And now we're going to take the ln of 50. Now, in your graphing calculators, any of your calculators, you should have an ln button. So we're going to put this in a calculator, ln 50. And that's going to give us e to the 3.9120. Okay. Decimal places, I would say go with at least 3. Sometimes 4. It just depends on what you feel comfortable with, but I would go with at least 3. You're going to have problems on your homework that ask you to do this, where you're given a number and you're asked to write it using a log. So, all right, moving on. Example number 2. If we're given a problem like this, ln of x equals 2.17, and the directions say find x. Okay, what I can do with that is I can raise both of them to the e. So I can do e to the ln of x equals e to the 2.17. Okay. Now with that then, the e to the ln, now I can do this because I can raise powers. Okay, it's the same thing of taking a log of both sides. I can cancel out e to the ln, and I'm left with x equals e to the 2.17. And again, calculator. So your calculator has the e to the x button. Put it in there. And I have x equals 8.758. That's it. Your homework should be fairly easy.